Hirayet Nashtraprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to the birthday party. The birthday party is over. Actually, Vamanadev appeared. We discussed yesterday. The gifts were also, we unpacked the gifts also given by different personalities. Now he is gone. Who remembers the place? Where was he going to? Anyone remembers the place he was going to? On the northern side of Narmada River. He was going to a place. A field where they were doing yagya, correct? All the Bali Maharaj and the party, they were doing yagya at a place called Bhrigukacha, okay, at the northern side of river Narmada. And they were all kind of mesmerized to see the beauty of the Lord. And Prabhupada in the Sridhar Goswami mentions as if Vamanadev robbed the beauty or the brilliance of everyone. Because what is the glowworm's brilliance in front of the sun? We discussed that example. As soon as the son of Vamanadev arose, these tiny infinitesimal brilliance of other beings, please, could not have any match to that. So now Bali Maharaj did give proper respect to him by washing his feet, by taking the Charanamrita, as the Lord Shiva takes the Charanamrita, following the footsteps of great souls. We were discussing that. He took the Charanamrita, everyone offered respects to him. And now we will see further what happens in the next verse, which is text number 29. Shri Balir Uvacha Swagatam Te Namastubhyam. Did we read this one?
Is that from text 28?
28, I think we read, yeah. 29 we have to read. Okay. Yeah. Swagatam Te Namastubhyam. This is 29. Brahman Kim Karvama Brahman Kim Kara Vamate Brahma Rishinam Tapa Sakshan Manye Tvarya Vapurdharam. Translation. There's no purport, so translation by His Divine Grace, Abhicharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Bali Maharaj then said to Lord Vamanadev, O Brahmana, I offer you my hearty welcome and my respectful obeisance. Please let us know that what we may do for you. We think of you as the personified austerity of the great Brahmana sages. Hare Krishna. So we discussed the word swagatam, suagatam, to welcome with kind words, to welcome with gratitude, with heartfelt feelings, with respectful obeisance. Namastubhyam, swagatam te namastubhyam. I offer my welcome, my gratitude, and I offer my pranams to you. Please give us instructions. What can we do to please you? How can we please you? Right? So, very, very kind mood Bali Maharaj has towards Vamanadev. Let's see what happens further. Would someone like to read? Yes, Ram Mohan Prabhu, want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, dear devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Adhyana Pitrastrikta, Adhyana Pavittam Kulam, Adhyastvista Kratur Anyam, Yad Bhavanam Agota Grihan. O my Lord, because you have kindly arrived at our home, all my forefathers are satisfied. Our family and entire dynasty have been sanctified, and the sacrifice we are performing is now complete because of your presence. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The Lord, because of his presence, everything has been sanctified, and the sacrifice they are performing is now complete because of his presence. That's my understanding, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Very nice. The Lord, so Bali Maharaj continues. All our Pitras Tripta, all our forefathers will be very, very pleased today. Why? Because ultimately, if the Lord is pleased, then everyone is pleased. What is the goal of all yajna? To please Lord Krishna, to have the darshan of the Supreme Lord. A person having darshan of the Supreme Lord, what else can one, what could be a bigger thing in life than that? The Supreme Lord has come by there are external reasons to give the kind of kingdom back, but the internal reason is Bali's devotion. Bali's devotion pulled him. So all the forefathers are happy, all the dynasty is sanctified, and all the sacrifice we are performing is complete. So the completion of sacrifice is the Lord's presence, or and the Lord one can see face to face, like how Dhruva Maharaj's sacrifice or tapasya got complete when they saw Lord face to face. How Karda Muni's tapasya got complete when he saw Lord face to face. Ultimately, that's the goal of life, all to see the darshan of the Supreme Lord. Because when one sees the darshan of Supreme Lord, apunar bhava darshanam, one does not have to see darshan of this material world again and again. So Bali Maharaj is very, very grateful that the Lord is here. Okay, let's keep reading. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu, you want to read?
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna devotees, and how blessed to see. It's number 31. Adhyagno me sutha yatha vidhi dvijatma jatvaj charana vinay jini hatam so vabhir iyam cha aho tata punita tanubhi Bhadyastava. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O son of a Brahmana, today the fire of sacrifice is ablaze according to the injunctions of Shastra, and I have been freed from all the sinful reactions of my life by the water that has washed your lotus feet. O my Lord, by the touch of your small lotus feet, the entire surface of the world has been sanctified. Hare Krishna Prabhuji here beautifully, Bali Maharaj is telling great about Lord Vamanadev, because, oh my Lord, the touch of your lotus feet, the entire surface of the world has been sanctified. So we can see that how just a small touch of the Lord can sanctify the entire world. Please, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Lord's small lotus feet. His feet are small, but they're sufficient to purify the whole world. Right? So even on the lap of his mother, he's the Supreme Lord. It's not that he goes to a gym or gets some energy drink and then gets some power and becomes the Lord. Even as a small 6-day boy killed Putna, Krishna. Or so Lord's pastimes are always um, transcendental. Whether he's a small boy with small lotus feet, it's a very interesting adjective use. But they are sufficient for the entire surface. Correct? Small lotus feet. So we know indirectly what's going to happen here. They'll cover the entire surface of the earth or the planets. So in short, if we also keep Lord's lotus feet in our heart, earth is also like a field, body is also like a field. The field of our body will also be purified by the touch of the Lord's lotus feet. Therefore, great souls always think about the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo. And that's actually the verse used for Bali Maharaj, Atmanivedanam, how he uses everything in the service of the Lord. Sorry, that's used for Amrish Maharaj. But nonetheless, Bali Maharaj is not an ordinary soul either. So he's also kind of, it's not wrong to say that he's always thinking of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, because he's also a great Mahajana, thinking always about the lotus feet of the Lord. Last verse of this chapter. Yes. Someone who hasn't read in the last 1 or 2 days wants to read.
Yeah, I can read.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna devotees. Yad yad vato vanchasi tat praticha me tvam hattinam vipra sutannu tarkiye kam kanchanam gunavadamad mrustam tatana peyam utava viprakanyam graman samraddham turagan gajan va rathams tataratatama sampraticha. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. O son of a Brahmana, it appears that you have come here to ask me for something. Therefore, whatever you want, you may take from me. O best of those who are worshipable, you may take from me a cow, gold, a furnished house, palatable food and drink, the daughter of a Brahmana for your wife, prosperous villages, horses, elephants, chariots, or whatever you desire. Purport. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 18th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam entitled Lord Vamanadeva, the Dwarf Incarnation. So here Bali Maharaj is offering Lord Vamanadeva anything he wants, his whole village, his palace, his gold, his wealth, everything, horses, and even a daughter of a Brahmana as a wife. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So a very good principle here we see is to give in charity. And Bali Maharaj is showing by his example that one should give charity to the Vaishnavas, Brahmanas. And here this Vaishnava Brahmana is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we just discussed about Guru in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that one must do one's best to serve the Guru with a broad mind, not with a miserly mind, not with a selfish or miserly, but with charitable, generous, broad-minded attitude, non-envious attitude, and give one's best. So here Bali Maharaj could afford easily all these things: cows, gold, apartments, land, whatever you want, food grains, wife, whatever you want. Oh dear, son of a Brahmana, I will give you whatever you want. Prosperous villages, gramam, gaja, chariot, elephants, whatever. So it's very generous of Bali Maharaj in that way. And we will see later what actually Vamanadev will ask for. But this chapter kind of pauses here. And we'll see in the next chapter what Vamanadev begged for from Bali Maharaj. Let's do a quick recap of this chapter 18. Lord Vamanadev, the dwarf incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So in the previous verses, we were discussing that Lord Vamanadev had appeared in the womb, first in the mind of Kashyapa, and then in the transfer to Aditi, and Brahmaji himself came to offer prayers and to Lord Vamanadev. And then finally, in the beginning of this chapter, Lord Vamanadev appears in the four-handed form, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, which ordinary boy appears with clothes, with the pitambara, vastra, etc. So his beautiful complexion of the Lord is described in text 2 and 3, that how he is blackish complexion, shark-shaped earrings, lotus face, luster, crown, sacred thread, ankle bells, nupura, etc. His effulgence, and all these things show that he is not an ordinary boy. He is not an ordinary person. And there was happiness all around, because when the Lord is there, what is the fear? Lord is all attractive. Akarshati iti Kṛṣṇa. Rama, the source of all pleasure, the Supreme Lord, it is there when in the life of someone, then all happiness comes. So he appeared on the 12th day, Vaman Dwadashi, Shravan Dwadashi, and Vijay Dwadashi also known as. And then there was a nice festival going on. So play drums and trumpets and kettle drums, and everyone was doing their best in a very, very joyful environment. The apsaras were dancing, the kinnaras, charanas, yakshas, etc. They were chanting prayers. Some were doing prayers, some were dancing, some were chanting, some were playing the musical instruments. All this shows that there was a very nice, jubilant, joyful atmosphere on the day of Vaman Dwadashi. And then first the Lord appeared as Narayana in his four-handed form. Then very, very nice word is used, like a theoretical actor. Nato natya dharo yatha. He is a transcendental actor. He changed his, did his makeup. From the four-handed form, he came to the two-handed form, reduced his height also, and put different costumes and makeup, and dressed as a dwarf Brahmana boy. And then there is a birthday party going on. Everyone has brought different gifts to the Supreme Lord. So generally, the thread ceremony is done way later, but in this case, the Jata Karma Sanskar and the Upanayan Sanskar are happening together. The thread ceremony is happening along with Jata Karma Sanskar, which happens just after birth. So it's very interesting because everything is transcendental. And then different personalities bring different things. For example, Sun God tells about the Gayatri or the Savitri. Brihaspati gives him the sacred thread. Muna gives the Brahma Danda staff. An umbrella given by the Swarga deities. Brahma gives the water pot. Kuvera gives the begging bowl. Parvati gives the first arms, etc. Saraswati, the wife of Brahma, gives the Rudraksha beads. We saw all that. And then he's all set. The birthday, a lot of gifts given. So we discussed that one should offer one's best to the Supreme Lord, and to the spiritual master, not for one's own self, not for this Lord, but actually for our own purification. He performs yagyas and then, starts his journey to Brigukacha, this northern part of Narmada River, or the northern bank of River Narmada, where these priests were doing yagya. And I think we discussed briefly today also this section. As he was traveling, at every step, Mother Earth was being pressed down. Small lotus feet pressing the earth. Think about it. Small lotus feet pressing the whole earth. Who took the big steps? 1, 2, 3. with a water pot and japa beads. It's a nice prayer poem. Vamanadev, Hari Hari Bol. So there's a nice prayer which the kids, poem which the kids sing. Who took the big steps? 1, 2, 3. With the water pot and japa beads. Vamanadev, Hari Hari Bol. So like that, they sing in a very joyful way. So the effulgence was so strong. Supreme Lord, what could be an effulgence of any Tom, Dick, Harry, and any ordinary priest in front of Lord Vamanadev? So Lord Vamanadev stole everyone's effulgence, in short, or everyone's beauty. Then the priest welcomed him by standing up. Bali Maharaj gave him his own seat, washed his feet. We discussed, we saw a picture as well, how in Mayapur they celebrated that. And then Lord Vamanadev begins to kind of speak after he's properly welcomed. We also discussed that how Mata Ganga appears from the lotus feet of Lord, and Lord Shiva, Chandramauli, holds Ganga on his head. So Bali Maharaj followed the same principle. Basically, Charanamrit we should hold on our head or drink. We should not kind of let it go waste. And then finally, Bali Maharaj gives welcome with words, with kind words, with seat, with gratitude, and this is the section we read today, the last few verses. And then he offers, whatever you ask, I'll give you, whether it is wealth, cow, gold, whatever you want. Oh dear Brahmana, we will give you what you like. So that's a sweet ending of this chapter. Anyone has any comments, any additions, questions, and reflections in this text? Anyone wants to add or say something? No? Yes?
Hare
Maybe?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
It's a wonderful chapter. From last 2 chapters, we are studying the importance of spiritual master in our lives. And in this, today it was such a coincidence in that in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, it was the same topic, and here also it was the same topic. So it was very wonderfully explained. And for the fallen souls like me, always there is like some motivation of or guidance in the form of Shiksha Guru. And it's very wonderful and fortunate that I get connected to all the devotees in this group and Shiksha Guru like you. So thank you so much for every day explaining the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam so wonderfully. It's really wonderful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji, for your association and joining every day regularly. Even though in India it's so early, but you join. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to say something on this chapter or anything else? Nandini Mataji, wanted to say something?
Yes, Prabhu, Dandas Pranam. So it's very interesting that actually Lord Vamanadev is seeing Supreme Personality of Godhead 4th time in his life. Ajita, Kurma, and then also Mohini Murti, right? He saw them. But this is the time he feels such a natural attraction because it's like Ram and Hanuman, you know. So he feels very natural attraction and he starts glorifying immediately. And he doesn't know yet that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, I believe. In the next chapter, he will know. Back to you, Prabhu. Just that's what I wanted to add. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such a wonderful observation and reflection. Thank you. Anyone else wants to say anything from this chapter or otherwise?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Just want to say thank you. This chapter was very meaningful to me because if I just finished the disciple course and this helped a lot to understand a lot more. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Very cool. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining regularly. Vishal has also joined today. Thank you. Yes, Bhaswati Mataji, you want to say something?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. As usual, very nice explanation, Prabhuji, about this chapter. Um, I really am like, it's amazing when Mata Aditi first able to see Lord, when the Supreme Lord appeared in front of her, and how she was like surprised and overwhelmed seeing Supreme Lord. So Prabhuji, it's like really amazing and inspiring. And when you explained, as for example, you gave like, if someone's favorite hero or something, when they appeared in front of them, how they feel. So, and he is the hero of the whole world. He is the Lord. So that's actually really, I like that part, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Thank you so much. Today morning only I was kind of hearing a class, and you may have heard of this famous person, or some of you may have heard, Elvis Presley. He was so famous actor, musician, singer, etc. in kind of like 1950s, 60s. Again, I'm just speaking from the theoretical perspective, but let's say like at least 50 years back, he was very famous. He died young, like 1935 to 1977, so that's only 42 years technically. So he died young. And you know how he died? From drug addiction. But still, everyone considered him as God, or God means like his role model, hero. People, it's kind of little gross, but people will kind of consider his urine as Charanamrit, literally. And they would feel blessed to even get his urine on top of them. That's the kind of the material degradation, and then people would faint, as we mentioned. 1 inch of his property would sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. 1 inch, 1 square inch, what to speak, not talking about square feet. So this is the kind of, but we can imagine an ordinary person who has maybe some, ability to sing, or maybe some bodily looks, but character inside is so shallow, and died of drug addiction, but is hero of everyone, and people kind of faint to see him. What would be the beauty and the purity, the Supreme Lord, who is Shad Aishwarya? He's all beautiful, all strength, all power, everything. So we can just kind of relate that even people are millions of Elvis Presley's beauty is nothing in front of the beauty of Vamanadev, right? He stole everyone's beauty. We read that. Millions of glowworms, zillions of glowworms. Can they match any close to sun? No, there's like, it's in like it'll be kind of foolish to even compare that. Glowworm, they are only seen in the darkness of night. So people like these are only seen to the people who don't have proper light of knowledge, who are in the darkness. But one who has the light of knowledge will not be amazed by okay, Krishna has given them some beauty, some maybe skill, some knowledge, some wealth. What is that in front of the Supreme Lord? It's nothing. They will be amazed by the true light of knowledge, by the Lord's beauty, by the Lord's glory, by the Lord's pastimes, because He is our real hero. Lord Gauranga, the hero of Kali Yuga. As Mishuk Prabhu said in, right? I heard this class.
Yes, King of the Kali.
King of Kali Yuga, hero, saint, king, hero.
Yeah. He got from Amaranda Prabhuji's lecture, but Nayanabiram Prabhuji's ending.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so I think it's time here. We will pause. So
I just
thank
want to
you.
say one thing.
Yes, please, please.
You related Elvis Presley, so I was actually in this country when that was going on. Yeah, he had a whole following of fans. People practically swooned in front of him, fainted. And when he died, that's what they're saying. That obviously, all those rock stars were in drug addiction, many of them, even the Beatles. So after he died, there were several fans who still don't believe, even to this day, that he actually died. They think that he's here and he's there, he's disappeared somewhere. So you're right.
He's from Memphis.
Memphis. Yes. Interesting. That's where you are from, right? So you need to give the light of Krishna consciousness to the dark audience of Memphis then. Well, everywhere there's darkness, not just Memphis.
Just coming, sometime visit from Memphis. They're going to Graceland, but we never go there.
Interesting. But these are, examples. At least we should know. These are not. So we are not. So we can relate, and kind of these things help to share with others also. I mean, the recent shootings in the Colorado grocery store tells the reality of life, what's going on every day. Those people, it's very sad to just even think or hear about those innocent people and just some crazy person shooting them. 10 people lost their lives. They were somewhere in 20s, somewhere in 30s, somewhere in 40s, somewhere in 50s, 60s. Who could have ever imagined that day would be the last day of their body, right? Anyone goes to grocery store, what do you think, right? We all go to grocery store to get some food, vegetables for ourselves, our family, our deities. Did anyone of us think that we don't think like that. But the world is so uncertain, whether we are in India or America. America, that's more uncertain. People think in India that, America is more secure, more comfortable. It's a little more uncertain. So the only thing is Hari Nama Kevalam. So let's plan for Lord Gauranga's birthday, just 1 or 2 days short now. So thank you again for joining. We'll pause here. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Chaitamrit ki jai, Samvita Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.